I mean, I think it's just like, if I could say anything, it was great going to Rip today, Rip Brewing, which is the company that has our beer today. It was great to support them. It was great to see Skip, one of our favorite bartenders over there. I think if
they knew your name when I went over there. Said,
he literally, I had a bandana. I had a bandana on. I had aviator sunglasses on, and like basketball shorts and a t-shirt. I walk up and Skip's like, Patrick, I got your beer. I'm like, how did you know it was me? I have a mask on. He goes, I could just tell from your walk. I'm like, oh my God. I've been to Rip way too many times. But no, I think the best thing to do right now is support your local businesses, especially like food and stuff. Everyone's giving out good deals. Go drive through somewhere, go pick something up, have something delivered on Grubhub or Uber Eats or whatever. I think the best thing we can do right now is just kind of help each other out. I know times are tough, and I think we're going to get through this. I don't think it's going to be next week, maybe not next month, but I think as long as we're strong.
That actually brings up sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. That brings up one of my topics.
Please.
Do you mind me jumping in here? And you're not in a hurry to get off.
I still got beer now. If I run out of the beer, we might have an issue, but I've got more beer, so.
What do you think the limit is, though, to when people start saying, enough is enough, we need to open stuff up? I mean, there's already some people, as you've probably seen, protesting in Huntington Beach. Everybody has their own internal clock. Oh, this is like when we have to open up. The way I see it, I'm fortunate to have a good job still. I work at USC, and I'm working on my business as well. It took a little bit of a backseat campaign, but I kind of find it interesting to see what everyone's timeline is. I mean, me personally, I think the timeline, if people are waiting until July, or if we're still like this on July 4th and people aren't able to have fireworks, they're not able to, I think in Huntington Beach we have a lot of freedom compared to the average city. I think we should start loosening the restrictions and let people social distance and sit down and eat at restaurants. I don't know the exact parameters of what that is. Are we going to order by text? Are we going to order, handing a menu passes germs? But it's the same thing as takeout, because people are ordering takeout and that bag is handed over. That food was touched in some way, shape, or form. That that container that holds the food. So I wondered what your opinion is. My opinion, and a lot of people don't. They think of like this, get all constitutional, which I am very constitutional myself. But how dare you think July 4th? I mean, if we're still closed by July 4th, it's going to be a major, there's going to be major issues. I think that's when you have the vast majority of people say, okay, like we've been doing this for April, May, June, July, 4 months. I think someone told me we've already been doing this 6 weeks. We're approaching 60 days here relatively quickly. What is your internal clock, or what do you think society's internal clock is? Or
I mean, I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm a good person to answer this question, because I see it in two ways. I don't want this to spread anymore. I want to kick this as soon as possible, because I know no one's. Maybe a few people are enjoying this, but for the most part, everyone wants to get back to normal. Well, yeah.
Hope not.
However, I don't think, like, I know even today, Daily Mail UK picked up Huntington Beach. TMZ picked up Huntington Beach this weekend because there were so many people at the beach. I think there is it's kind of a fine line between, hey, do we shut down the beach or do we let everyone go on? I think people need to be more respectful. And I'll be honest with you. I went to the grocery store the other day. I feel totally healthy, but I'm trying to be as careful as possible, and I want to be respectful for everyone too. And I'd say 90% of people had masks on, but there was this one lady in front of me at the grocery, and she just like scoffing at me because I had a mask on. She didn't have a mask on. She's just touching everything, and I'm like, just be respectful. Even if it's not for you.
See, I got an interesting story about this.
No, it's okay.
I have an interesting story about
that. And I mean, and if you tell me right now you don't wear a mask on, I don't care. That's fine, whatever. It's like, the way I see it,
well,
I just,
sorry, if I jump in real quick. I think, so I got a haircut yesterday. I don't know if you saw my Facebook feed, so I found a local business that was still getting
That's cool.
haircuts. And to me, I I guess that's against like what the orders say, and technically that makes me a bad person to some people. I had like.
Well, now you're admitting it on video, so you're doing yourself even worse. But yeah, go ahead.
It was already on video. There was a photo of it. Like, I think, these business owners, these people that this is their livelihood, and we've really robbed them of that. We robbed them of an alternative. And I think that time of starting to loosen those restrictions is now. We should protect the vulnerable. I went into Rolf's. I couldn't find a mask for the longest amount of time, and I'm not just going to stay in my house and like not go buy food or go buy groceries. I couldn't find a mask. They were sold out. So that's not my fault. I went into Rolf's. I think it was probably Monday of this last week, and I just went in and bought food, and there was like maybe 3 or 4 people that didn't have a mask. And I got one dirty look, but most people were understanding of the situation, I would say, or like, mask. But apparently Ralph's has a sign outside the door that says, "We can't serve you if you don't have a mask." And no one kicked me out, but I was going to ask, I guess this brings it to another topic that I kind of wrote down because these are the things that are going on right now. I know these are kind of inherently politically grained, and maybe I'll get some crap because I just got a haircut yesterday.
I'll go ahead and defend you here on this one. I think it sucks for all those hairstylists that aren't making any money, and I think it's a situation where, hey, if a hairstylist can.
I gave her a double tip, by the way. I paid for like a double haircut, essentially.
No,
I think that's what we should do in this situation. Not that matters or justifies if it's technically against the rules. I don't know because they haven't educated us.
Yeah.
Well enough to know that.
No, and I think anyone that is ordering delivery or anyone that's ordering any service, tip them well. Like whatever you're gonna tip normally, double it. Whether it's your Uber Eats or whatever you do, because these people are risking their lives, and whether you want to say it's not real or it's not as bad as it is, people are dying. So it's like the sooner we can kick this, the sooner we get back to normal. So even if it's I've heard a bandana is not effective. Well, you're right. It's not a filtered mask like from Breaking Bad, but it's still going to stop stuff coming from out you and going into you. So it's like, hey, it's another barrier. It's another safety measure. So you're right. It's not a aerosol trapped entrapment, but you're still helping prevent the spread of this. And I think that's what we got to do. I agree with you. I mean, like I told you, I'm hurting because we can't go out and film anything. But I also don't want to go out and film and then get super sick or get someone like maybe I have it and maybe I get someone sick. Or what if I'm filming with an older actor? Someone told me yesterday that the aspect of me going to a salon, if they also cut hair, they said that if they opened up, it could potentially it could be viewed badly. Well, I think it could give them a bad thought, but I don't agree with that necessarily, because if you're the only person open, you're saying, hey, we're being careful, we're allowing one person in at a time. But some people are just like, well, the government didn't tell you to do that. And I'm not trying to get political here, but like the government isn't your mommy. Like the government doesn't know what's best for you. So, right? Like, and the scientists don't know what's best, because not every scientist knows what's best for every city. Newsom doesn't know, and all the people that are all around the state that are evaluating California, the needs of San Francisco, LA, are different from the needs of county, right? So I think, this is my opinion, and people can sound it in the comments or on the Facebook live stream. I think I think we're ready in Orange County and a lot of places, especially Huntington Beach. I could be wrong. If I see other data, I'm willing to hear it out. But I think we're ready to protect the vulnerable, have them stay indoors, and have people that are responsible, that are going to wear masks, even if they want to go out to eat, and if there are 6, or if you want to even set a 10-foot barrier and set a capacity limit on every restaurant, and make people order from their phones, whatever way you want to do it, to make people feel like psychologically okay to go out again. Some of these businesses are not going to come back. There's I don't know if you've been to Ohana's down the street here or Fish Camp. They're not open at all.
and they might not come back if they don't open up in the next 3 weeks. A lot of businesses are in the same position. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, no, dude, I totally agree, and like I 100% support small local businesses, and that's why I said, like, if you can, we've been trying to order out a couple times a week, give them tips and stuff, and I think it's more of a everyone. Here's the issue, and this, and not to get too political, but I think it's more so like just everyone be respectful. I know.
How dare you get political?
I personally,
I'm actually always like this. So I mean, I think you can attest. Like,
well,
people are me, like, I run for office and I joke about. I don't really joke about politics on a video ad that you edit, but I'm normally like casual about.
And I mean, you can't really talk about everything going on right now without being political, because everyone's got an angle. And to be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care what side you're on. I think that you just got to be smart and be respectful. And if a store requires you to wear a mask. Get a bandana, put a scarf on. It doesn't matter. Okay, just do it. And I think if that makes people feel better.
I got 3 of them now. Let me maybe clear. I said earlier in the show that I didn't have any. Everybody was, even the hair salon.
Yeah. And I mean, I was wearing.
People that were talking trash about. That was the only place where I was able to get a mask. Was the person that cut my hair. So for all those people that were,
go buy a bandana. I mean, who doesn't have a freaking bandana? Like,
well, yeah, I had to go to LA for work, and I like, LA is super strict, so I had to like wrap it like t-shirt. That was like a muscle shirt cut out, and I wrapped it around my like face. Just,
I mean, here's the thing. Like, okay, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. It is, but is it really? Is it that bad? Like, it could be a lot where, hey, we can still go out and do things. Can you imagine? And I'm not saying this is going to happen. Like, what if they shut down everything? Yeah, that's going to suck. But if we just continue to, do the social distance.
I think we're beyond that point, though. I mean, I think we're beyond the point of shut everything down.
I agree. I'm saying, like,
what is so rounding out this topic? I don't mean to cut you off. What is your limit? Or what do you think society's limit is? What is the date? Like, put a firm date. Like I said. July 4th. Like, if people are, I would even say July 1st, because you got to prep for July 4th. You got hot dogs. You got fireworks. Like, if things are still closed on July 1st, there's going to be such an uproar. Not even like, politically, people are saying this is the left and right. The right people on like the far right want to open it. Whatever. Like, I've stood with people on the far right and on the far left. I don't mean like a radical view, but I mean like I participated in like rallies before. So, what is your limit? What do you think society?
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say July 4th. I think July is a good guess, a good estimate. I think it depends, and
most people are going to think we're crazy. By the way, bear in mind, like most people are going to think we're absolutely July. Like when people are thinking about they're thinking that basketball might start by June. NBA.
Yeah, no, I'm a big.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm a big NFL guy. I love like I said, the Bears. So I already heard they're going to push the NFL season. I'm not an NBA guy, so I really don't care. I know what happened. I'm an NHL guy, so I mean, it kind of like my Blackhawks. But here's the thing: like, hey, if we got to postpone the season or whatever, like. As long as if we have to deal with this every 50 years, something like this, that's fine. But let's not extend this whole show. I was gonna have an expletive before that, but I won't. Let's just.
Well, we're gonna make a decision. Are we blurting out your first F-bomb? And if we aren't, then you might as well just go back and say shit show. And now I gotta blurt me out.
I was trying to. It was hard for me at first, but I think you should bleep it out probably. Just because it's, but anyways.
Okay. So we're going to have to
I have no problem cursing, but I know it is offensive to some people, and I apologize. But yeah, I mean, I think it's more like, you know what? It's like.
Sorry, Grandma. We swore.
It's like, hey, okay. Let's say you're going to college, and let's say it's Tuesday. You wake up, you got a cold. Okay, you don't feel good. Wednesday, you're feeling really bad. Thursday, you're starting to feel better. Friday, huge party. You want to go to this party. You're like, oh man, I'm still feeling a little sick, but I think I can push through it.
Give me a date. Larry Ellison. Give me a date, though. I need to hear your date. What is society's end date? And
July
what is your expiration
14th.
date on the
I'm going to go with July
lockdown?
14th.
July 14th? You think society or yours? Is that society or is that yours? Your limit might be longer than society.
What I'm saying is I'm thinking that stuff will reopen and less.
You actually think that's a reality. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, what is your limit? Like to where you're like, I got to go back to work.
Oh, well, I mean.
And what do you think society's limit is? I'm saying July 1st.
Yeah.
Is that limit point. That's going to upset some people. I talked to some people this weekend that said, like, no, we need to work May 1st. Bear in mind, I've been saying throughout this podcast that we have to be open. Like, we need to loosen the restrictions now. I don't know how you do that entirely. I'm not a scientist. I gave the point that if we're going to pick up food from a restaurant, we're already touching the food at some point. And what's the harm in, like, wearing a mask to the restaurant, sitting down?
Yeah, no, and here's the thing, and this is kind of what I said earlier. I don't.
I gotta hear your date. I gotta hear your dates, man.
When would I feel? I mean, dude, here's the thing. I'm not a scientist either. I'm just listening to what I hear on KTLA.
No, when would Patrick be out on the street saying, "I need to go"?
Like, when do I need to? I mean, dude, I've already lost. I've already lost a lot of income. You know.
But I'm saying, what is the date? Like, if you had to think of it right now, like, of a date, like, where you think society, we're going to be like, oh, Brian, really hammering this home. But this is an important discussion to have. What is our limit? You know, what is our limit?
July,
I told you mine.
I think like July 14th. July 14th, halfway through July.
So you're willing to stay at home? To be
honest with you, man, like, dude, I've done HB July 4th plenty of times, and dude, to be honest with you, like, I almost want to avoid that in Huntington Beach because it's so crazy. It's like I'd rather get everything going back again.
The Midwest 4th of July.
But here's the thing. I think if you're in the middle of,
like, you can go out on a boat in the middle of a lake.
But right now, if we were on a lake in Michigan in the dead center of the state, there's probably less contagions and less ability to get the.
Well, that's the issue in those states. They're having a lot of restrictions.
Yeah, but we're.
So I guess we got to the point. That your limit is July 14th.
Well, I said 14th because 14th if you watch the movie Con Air, and Nick Cage's character reads a letter from his daughter, and she's gonna see her daddy on July 14th. So he goes, "I'm gonna see my daddy on July 14th."
So that is the dumbest. I'm sorry.
Well, it was mid-July, but July 14th. Yeah.
July 1st makes sense. I know. Can you imagine?
I tried to film them last Friday. I went down there with a camera, but they were already gone. I was bummed. I wanted to film it.
I agree with them in a lot of ways. I'm saying, imagine not being able to celebrate Independence Day.
But honestly,
because of this, there's going to be I think that's society's limit. Before you have, like, people just saying, like, screw it, I'm going out. I don't care what the government says.
But
July 14th, why can't 1st? I also gave
why can't we celebrate?
It a 7.8. I mean, give it a 9.
Why can't you celebrate 4th of July in your house with your awesome doggy without dealing with all those fireworks with a nice beer? Like,